Coming to you live from the Show Me State, the birthplace of James Mercer Langston Hughes. It's the Colbert Connection. Your hosts, Melody and Danica, are connecting you to the world through Facebook Live with today's hot topics and creative conversations. I'm your announcer, Dr. Colbert, working hard for a free meal and a bottle of crushed grapes. And now, here's your host of the Colbert Connection, Melody Colbert King and Danica Colbert.
Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. 6 o'clock.
Tuesday.
Welcome to the Colbert Connection. I'm Melody Colbert King.
And I'm Danica Colbert, and here we go.
Let's get to it.
I mean, woo!
Boom.
Last week.
Vice Presidential debates.
I just want to give a round of applause, though. It was beautiful.
We had grown people.
Yes, doing grown people things.
And speaking
full
in
sentences.
Full sentences.
But I'm speaking. I mean.
And
I'm speaking. No, Mel, I'm speaking.
And you see me being quiet.
I love the
you
smirk. I love everything about it. Was
letting
like,
you speak.
I think so. I feel checked at my house right now.
Whoa.
I'm speaking.
Because why are you trying to talk over her? It's all about trying to prove a point. My point is more valid than yours. I need to be right, and you're.
That's all.
But I'm
speaking.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
And then the smirk.
Yeah, but
it was beautiful. There was so much information.
Yes,
I just thought it was wonderful.
I heard plans.
Yes, both sides.
On both sides.
I loved it.
And people ask, well, who do you think won? Myself, I really didn't think there was a winner.
It was just equally.
It was what a debate should be.
Absolutely.
And you had information. You had some misinformation.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That fact checking proved that, but it was like, wow, okay, this is a healthy debate.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
But
was
the fly.
Mm.
So I don't even know. What do y'all think? I had somebody say that it was only shown on the CNNs and the MSN, so it had to be a left thing instead of it wasn't shown on Fox. So
why does it have to always be all that?
I don't know. I'm like, well, but every outlet had it.
The fly was there.
How do you superimpose the? I was just.
Well, the head was moving and everything. I mean, it was in there.
The fly was there.
It was like that gel had just.
It kind of had me. I was distracted of the debate from that. I couldn't. It was like until that fly moved, I was zoned in. Like, is that fly? Can you feel that?
But first, I was like, is it a fly?
Yeah.
Then I was like, yeah.
Then it was like, it's a fly.
Boy.
Well, anyway, so we got flies and debate, and there was a lot going on with that, but we're not going to go as far as where it was with that. A lot of people went to a whole bunch of different explanations.
Yeah.
But,
it is what it is. There was another fly, or so I saw. That happened, and I didn't really watch much of that. It was, what do they call it?
The Senate confirmation.
Yes,
yeah.
There was a fly on her lapel.
Yeah.
What is with the flies, though?
I don't know, but they're there, and yeah. Rotten.
Anywho.
Flies. Moving on.
About the flies, y'all.
Amy Barrett, she's being confirmed. Those confirmation hearings are going on this week. And so if you're watching those, we'd love to hear some of your comments on it. We're pretty sure she's going to get sworn in because they have enough votes.
I haven't really watched it. It just interrupts every show I thought I was trying to watch.
Yeah, I just haven't watched TV.
I don't
even watch it because I don't really want to see all that. I stay aware, but I don't really do see all that. Moving on to the Proud Boys.
I wanted to talk about the 45 and the COVID.
We're going to talk about 45 before we move to the Proud Boys. This is the Colbert Connection, and we can do that.
Yeah,
we can back it up.
Back
it up. So,
COVID's over. I feel immune.
He said, I am powerful. I am.
He said a lot of things.
He did say a lot of things.
I was like, wow. And then they went back over to Fauci, and Fauci was like...
Fauci said, slow your roll. Slow your roll, Mr. President. Need you to slow your roll.
Wow. That was very interesting.
I
was like, huh.
He said it's a miracle.
But he never felt contagious in the first place, though.
Isley Brothers, you're contagious.
He said, I'm going to kiss all the people just...
That what he said at
That's
the
what he
Florida
said.
rally. He
I'm
said,
like, woo.
and all those people.
Yeah, and they didn't have masks on in there.
And they was this close.
Yeah.
They was like this close.
I was like,
this
ooh.
close.
And he's talking about kissing the women and...
Kissing them.
Oh.
But, I mean...
But it isn't contagious. He doesn't have... He's immune. He's past all that. Like, it's not been 10 days yet, but...
It's a miracle.
He's good.
Hey. That's what the United States of America leader says.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Because all up in this area... stops. Immune. It's a miracle. That's all.
Yes. So rally on, man. Rally on. Rally on. Do what you do.
Now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Carry on.
Nope. You know
So he's talking in his debate.
mm-hmm.
Is there going to be another one? First of all, I haven't heard the final word.
Y'all go back to the Colbert Connection page last week when I said, before any of all this started going down, I said there's not going to be a second debate. There's not going to be one. Before any of all this, what happened?
I heard he canceled it, and I heard that immediately after he got it. He was like, if it's going to be virtual, I'm not doing it because he wasn't going to get cut off, evidently. That's so rude of them to cut him off.
That man does not, he craves that attention. He craves it. It's because he craves it. That's his whole being is, I've got to have these people praising me. I've got to have these people saying, oh, MAGA, whatever. He craves that attention. And so it was killing him to be, I mean, how else would you go ride out in the car when you have COVID?
Coronas.
Just saying. I'm just saying. He craves the attention. But yeah.
He canceled it. And I thought it was going to be put back on because they were like, think about the viewers, how many. And the people, votes, right?
The people couldn't adore him. They couldn't adore him. They couldn't heap all that praise and soak into his psyche.
It's like he doesn't understand why all the people that have to be there might not want to be there because he had tested positive at some point. Well, he's had a couple negatives, but I don't know if they're consecutive or not, or in a row this week or last week. But he had a couple negatives. So.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, okay, so this is what you want to put out for America to follow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they follow him.
Hey. And that's the thing, too. We hear about people complain that, oh, you should have canceled this or you should do that. Well, last I checked, you still have the option of going or not going.
But we do want you to go to the polls. When we talk about the options and places
you got that option too.
Yes. You can go early, you can go late. No, don't go late. You can go early, you can vote by mail is no longer an option at this point. I believe it won't get there in time is the story.
No,
right?
that's the one you still can do. You can go absentee. The only thing you can't do right now is register.
Okay, so
registering is over.
If you're thinking about mailing, I would encourage you to go on in and do it at the courthouse.
Do it.
Just get her done.
I went and voted.
I did as well.
I have already voted, and yes.
Just
everybody go vote if you can get it done.
Get it done. Because at this point, and we're going to talk to Alex about this.
Yes.
So we're
From
excited to talk to her in a little bit about what on earth is she? What is it? What is all this crazy that we joke about it because this is a couple rounds for us. But we're old heads. So I'm excited to see what the young people are talking about. Because I think it's crazy.
And when you said that about mailing, but they in California,
fake mail places. I heard about that. Fake boxes. Can you imagine?
And it said the Republicans. I mean, this is what, and they admitted it. Put the ballot boxes out there, fake ballot boxes, to collect people's mail-in ballots.
Were these, by chance, in the urban areas?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Mm-hmm.
And I would like to know why they would put those in the urban areas.
Well, kind of like how and that's the thing. When you say voting is... It's everybody's right, it's safe, it's this and this. Well, why are you doing so much to cancel out so many people's votes?
Well, and the question, because we're not on the popular vote yet. We're still doing this round. Mm-hmm. We're still doing the electoral college, correct?
This is the vote for the vote.
Well,
the popular is supposed to determine the electoral.
Okay, but they're trying to get rid of the electoral, but that hasn't happened yet. I know that doesn't work. So really, they're doing all this effort, and for what?
Exactly.
Because we're still rolling on the Electoral College at this point.
Still.
So what I need to know is, who is on the Electoral College? Is it people? Is it just 13? But you know what I'm saying? Missouri is, I'm making this up, it's 13.
12
Is
13,
is there 13 people that represent this Electoral College? If so,
Yes.
we need to know who those people are. If not, it's just 13. And Missouri's red, so
Yeah,
there
well,
you go.
they're supposed to go with how the state votes. It's supposed to, that should be what they determine it off of. That's how they go. Does it happen that way all the time? Obviously not, because who won the popular vote in 16? Hillary. But who won off of electorals?
That's the problem.
Donald. So therein lies the problem, how a civilized USA that we can suppose send people to the moon and vote from space and all of that, but we can never get the voting down right.
I mean, or can we?
Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. I had to put it on there.
Yes, we can.
Okay. We got some champions in the house.
Ma'am?
Well, we're champions anyway, but the Lakers.
Yeah.
LeBron, King James.
Woo.
Yeah, I'm not a big NBA fan either.
You know
Once
what?
Jordan was
Kudos-
done,
True.
Yeah.
Kudos to them for being one of the only locations that didn't have a rampant runaway with the COVID.
The bubble.
But you know what? I can understand not wanting to be away from your family. That's like military. I can understand that. But you know what? Y'all make good money.
Good money.
To be away from your families for that. I'm
Good
not
money.
saying I would do it, but I'm just saying.
True that.
However, if the NFL maybe had done something similar, we wouldn't have some of the,
the rearranging of games and counseling, because
that's gotta be expensive.
Yeah, they can afford it.
As long as y'all stay away from Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. I said his name is Patrick Mahomes. We will be all right. We will be all right. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I was crying. I seen that. I was crying because it looked painful. It looked painful when it happened.
I saw a couple memes and I was like,
oh, it was bad.
Oh,
it was bad.
Look, it looked like
we're
just
sending
flew.
prayers for him. I know y'all don't like Cowboys, and that's fine. But at least you can do is pray for the man. I mean, gosh, he's a young guy playing but LeBron got a lot of flack because of his switching teams, But I say this about all of that.
What you say?
It's a job. Do
right.
people switch jobs in the world outside of basketball? Yes, they do.
You're right.
So why do these people have to get so much flack?
Because how many times did the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan, switch teams?
Don't matter.
I'm just saying.
It's a job.
If you are the greatest player of all time, maybe I'm speaking. I tell exactly what I would have done to you. Look, if you are the greatest player of all time, you don't need to rearrange yourself to get with greater players to be your supporting cast. You should be able to bring everybody that's on your team up to your caliber, right?
Does that happen in the job world? If you are not getting what you paid or whatever, what you think, you're going to tell me you're going to sit at that job and do that job, and no, you're not.
You think you hop over to a better team and be like, hey.
You're going to go to a better job. You're going to go to a different job.
They're going to give me more money.
See,
and they good.
That's where you're getting it wrong. These people, this is a job. They enjoy their job, and so therefore but it's a job. They're free to go to whatever team they want to. It's the fans who are paying their salaries, no doubt, by the ticket sales. But it's a job.
You're right.
I mean, just saying. So lay off the people. Congratulations to the Lakers for winning the NBA championship. And
So we got some comments going on here, so let's back up.
okay, go for it.
First of all, Reverend Nero.
Chiefs lost.
We don't know nothing about the Chiefs losing.
The Chiefs lost, Reverend.
What had happened
I feel you, bro. I feel you, sir.
Don't be a sore winner. What is it? Delonte, what do they say? Win without bragging and lose without crying.
But you don't do that when the Chiefs win.
We're going to move on.
Now we got to move on. See how they do, Pastor? See how it happens? That's how it happens. That's why our stuff almost failed.
Okay. So the next comment from Dr. Colbert, he says, what about service people who are away for a year at a time get shot at from time to time? You know what? You are so right.
Absolutely. It's their
They
job.
should get paid more.
And they should.
Because I don't think they get paid nearly enough. And that's honest. Because
and that's still their job.
Yeah, they picked it.
You signed up. everybody, you pick your jobs unless you're in prison and you can't
You pick that
what
too.
you do.
But you pick
Well,
that too.
there are people who get
Oh,
railroaded.
you're right.
But you pick your job.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, besides the ones like we just said. But you pick that. So you know inherently the good and the bad, the risks and all that comes with it.
Mm.
Is that not true?
It is. Did anybody foresee a pandemic situation, though? So I say that because do you think these NBA players, even though they get paid millions on 1000000s,
Mm-hmm.
are like, yeah, I'll take 4 months in a hotel, you know, away from my family in a bubble with all these guys. I would have never picked that.
No,
I
they
mean,
may not have picked it.
let alone the ones that are married. But what about the single guys? That would suck for them, too. You know, think about that now. Like, 4 months away from
That's
my
like
family.
people who are the expats that go like to Dubai and work over there for 5, 6, 12 months. And yeah, I mean, all aspects of the J-O-B. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on.
Next topic, Susan. Let's talk about Susan, though. How do you think she did? Let's talk about that.
Susan needs to sit down somewhere.
Okay, but look. Kudos to her for attempting to, like, ring them back in.
Yes.
She tried.
Yes.
She did better than... Who was the first
I
guy?
don't even know.
I don't
Chris
remember either.
Wallace.
He did a piss poor job. Yeah.
But it's like I had posted on my, when she says, "Thank you, Mr. President," or "Thank you, Senator."
Mm-hmm.
Shut the hell up. That's all. Just that means shut it down.
But we knew that wasn't really going to happen.
They said they was gonna cut mics. I didn't see no mic.
I didn't
no
see that
no
happen
mic got cut. Not zero.
No,
So
I don't know.
be strong or don't go home or go home. Something.
So, she, like I say, I felt she did a better job than the first one because she did attempt to step over and cut them off, and she tried. She wasn't
tried
probably
hard.
the strong enough person for that. I don't know.
And I loved her explanation. She took the time to explain to him and say, "Now I'm trying with y'all,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it didn't really matter. It didn't go nowhere.
I mean,
It didn't go nowhere.
no.
If you're getting that, you gotta be strong. You gotta say, hey, cut them off."
You know, what was interesting was after the question was asked, a lot of the times Vice President Pence would go back and answer like 3 questions back or whatever. I found it very interesting that, you know, or just talk about something he wanted to talk about. I was like,
Distractions.
sir, that's not what we asked you. That's not what the American people wanted to know. And I'm so glad they had the question at the bottom of the screen because you know what? A lot of the time, by the time he was finished, I didn't even know what we were talking about anymore.
Distractions.
I'm like, what was the question?
All are distractions. They're rampant right now. Rampant. Distractions of all kinds are rampant right now. So you need to always stay focused on what the real problem is, because all of these distractions, if you focus on that, you're missing the problem and it doesn't get addressed. That's what's going on. Focus on the problem. We know what the problem is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'll let you use your own intuitiveness.
We'll carry on then. Lots of hot topics for today, for the week.
What we got?
Lots of things going on. First of all, we want to thank our guest from last week. No,
Yes.
2 weeks back.
Which one?
Miss Nanda.
Yeah. Yes.
Nanda.
She's amazing.
She hooked us up.
Yes.
She hooked us up with these cool
Boom!
earrings.
These beautiful earrings we have. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Nanda.
you.
We appreciate it. And we are proudly sporting them. Proudly sporting them.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah, I got you. That's what I'm here for. I got your back.
I love it. I love it.
I keep her organized in case y'all didn't know. Yeah.
We had a question for
See?
Uncle D. I mean, thank you.
He keeps us lined up. In case y'all didn't know, Daddy stays on it. He's like, y'all ain't talked about this yet.
Yeah.
Like, yes, sir.
Okay.
You are so right.
He says a gun at CJ High School.
Did y'all know this?
I didn't know this.
This is. You need to watch the news.
I do not.
Joplin News First does a great job.
Okay.
I just want to put that out there. If y'all want to come by and talk to us sometime.
Shannon Becker, yeah.
Come on out.
Come on to the show. We'll have you.
Yeah. CJ, there's a gun in there, man.
Is the person in jail?
It's loaded. He's out suspended from school. I don't know if there's in jail. Tell us, people.
Is it a young person?
Yeah, it's a high school student.
18?
High school student.
I mean, there's a range of ages.
Pick one.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, we just want to make sure
one.
that the authorities were there. They took care of the situation.
Suspended from school.
Okay.
Yes, I did catch that part.
All
and I
right.
didn't see. I don't think they released the name or any of that stuff. But
so that actually is a perfect segue into mental health.
But you thought something was wrong?
Well, I mean, it's not normal to bring a loaded gun to school. Something's
Is
usually
it, or
wrong.
It is 2020. Anything is possible these days.
Still not normal.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying kids do this. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm like,
She's like, get it together.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm like,
no. But what I'm
we
saying
have separate
is,
opinions.
we've got a bunch of crazy going on right now.
We do.
We've got leadership that is encouraging, maybe even not even on purpose.
Circle back to the Proud Boys.
Yeah. Yes. And it's division and. What do you do?
It's keeping people in a heightened state of fear. But as I said, those are the distractions. And people should make no mistake. You know, you hear about the Proud Boys and everything, and there may be some in there that I'm not going to judge the whole, because I haven't personally met any of them. We'll welcome you on the Colbert Connection. One of y'all reach out to us in our messaging. We'll welcome you. Because we would like to know. We want to know your opinions and how you think and what you're hoping to achieve.
Because I've Googled, and Expedia will tell you, not Expedia, you know. Google. Wikipedia will tell you a lot of different things, but I mean, I really would like to know from someone that is. So yeah, come. We would love to speak with you.
Absolutely. Get a hold of us.
That's what it's about.
But people are, well, if Trump loses, we're going to, you know, he's still telling us to stand by, stand down and stand by. And it's like, okay, well, the Second Amendment, guns didn't stop being made with yours. Just saying. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. And I'm not condoning that, because it's like, that's not the way to do things. Have civil conversations, but don't think you the only one that's...
Have a conversation, which is the
ready.
whole reason this ever even started, right? Because
yes.
It was like, there's things we want to know. There's things people out there want to know. And maybe you're in a community without much of a black population, and you can't ask the question, or you don't have a friend. So let's talk about it. That's what we want to know. And it's not just about our point of view. We want to talk to other people too.
Because we're not always right or anything like that.
Most of the time.
We really kind of like 99.9, but you know.
But after that, there's 0.1 for you.
Back to the mental health.
Yes, mental health.
Know, it's like, and Mental Health Awareness Day or something was like last week, like Friday or something like that.
I missed it.
Yeah. You're taking a mental health day. But that is so important for the focus to be on, especially during COVID. You're locked up and cooped up in your houses, and you don't have an outlet.
Look, y'all don't understand. We have been work from home since March, mid-March.
Yes.
And it will drive you batty.
Yes.
It will.
You need outlets, someone to talk to, someone to let steam off to. There's no coping mechanisms for this.
Nope.
You know, and I'm real interested and anxious to hear what our guest, Alexzandra Iverson, has to talk about from a young people's perspective about that. Because no one's talking to them.
No.
I haven't heard any viewpoints.
No. I mean, what's going on? That's what we really, and literally, we might address some of the things we've already talked about with her, because we just really want to know
how our young people are thinking and feeling.
Absolutely, because I would feel left behind, and that was the big push for a long time. No child left behind, but it's like, oh, but we left them all behind. I saw a post today from a lady who said her child had elected the home option. I guess you can have, you have to change it here or later. So she picked that option, and then her child started getting behind. It was like, my child needs to be back in the classroom.
Yeah, they need that interaction. They need that social interaction.
Well, when she started pushing to get back in the class, no, you have to wait until the day while her child is steadily falling behind. So I was like, that's sad. There should be an option. Like, why?
Well, you can't keep going back and forth, though. You can't.
That's sad.
Because then it defeats the purpose of your home, and they're trying to separate this. So if somebody does, you know, they can pinpoint where stuff is happening.
So do we let the child get lost?
No, the mom needs to teach a little harder, I think. Just saying, there's options. There's just options. Hey, homeschooling ain't no joke.
Hey,
homeschooling is no joke. Again, we praise and thank the teachers.
Hey, y'all are special people, because when I try to help the littles with I'm like, I said 1 + 1.
Yeah, I've been there. Ask my older kids, my grown kids. I'd be like, what do you mean you cannot figure this out? You know, That's just on homework.
Look,
Just
y'all,
on homework.
we're laughing about it, but this is serious though, because I'm like, I don't know exactly how you teach someone who doesn't know 1 + 1, 1 + 2. Because I can't.
It's like, what part of that don't you get?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand, and a lot of that is because we didn't have, it wasn't, the patience was zero. That's why we are not in the teaching field.
Look, because I'm telling you, one day I whipped out, let me get some carrots. I put some little carrots out and just counting the carrots. I'm like, well, now, he ain't going to have carrots at school, so what are going to do this? So I'm just, I don't understand it.
Yeah, okay. So when we come back from this small break, when we come back, we're going to have Alexzandra Iverson, and she is going to give us, she's a college student, and she's going to give us a young people's perspective on what's going on in 2020.
But if you want to get your advertisement placed right here,
absolutely,
hit us up on our message.
Yes, because we'd love to run your business. We'd love to say,
run it.
Well, we want to run it too, but we would love to have your business advertised through here because we're trying to promote people and market them. Let them know that hey, we got some reach too. But anyway, we'll be back.
Stop by Me's Place Soul Food Kitchen for some tasty fried catfish and slamming fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, and homemade cornbread. You even have your favorite Kool-Aid, red. Delicious home cooking is what we do, serving love on a plate just for you.
Becoming a more inclusive community is not only the right thing to do, it's critical for our economic development.
Diversity is valuing and appreciating the many differences that make us a community.
We want all people to feel they belong and are accepted just the way they are.
Inclusion is when all people feel they have a fair shot at success.
We understand that community growth depends on building a strong community where all people feel they belong. I invite you to join me in making our community even more welcoming and inclusive for all people.
Hey, we're back. Mel was off the mark. I got it. So anyways.
Stepped it up. I like that.
We are back with Alexzandra Iverson.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to steal her thunder, but she works with Rick at the Lord's Chicken. Did you know that?
Yes, I know that.
Yes. I just wanted to put that out there. We're blessed.
The Lord's Chicken. We don't understand why nobody keeps bringing us any of this Lord's Chicken. We don't understand that. And Rick, I know you watching. Really, we're still waiting on that order to come through. But anyway, Alex.
Yes.
I am so glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here.
Beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about you, first of all.
Hey, my name's Alexzandra. I attend Crowder College in Webb City right now. I'm in my freshman year. I am majoring in pre-nursing, and I go to Shiloh, and I'm on the media team.
Nice.
Did you say Crowder College in Webb City?
Yes.
When did that happen?
I didn't even know.
Yes.
Because the whole time before I had gotten enrolled, I was like, am I going to have to go all the way to Neosho every day? And the lady was like, no, we have a Webb City.
Yes.
Where did Webb City come from?
I had this, only reason I knew is I had to speak there one time, and I was like, what? They got a nice building and everything.
Where is this?
Very nice.
By Llama Coffee in Backup.
Yes, and you know where like Oriental is in the Webb City?
Mm-hmm.
It's right next by it.
Interesting.
Where that grocery store used to be, Ramey's.
Okay, that's
so
weird.
Diagonal from
Yes.
it. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I had no idea. Especially back in my day, when Chris did that, she had to drive it every day. And
Every
I was
day.
like, woo. No, ma'am.
No, Mom, you don't do that anymore.
That's
I don't
awesome.
do that
Yes.
anymore.
And what are you studying there, ma'am?
Pre-nursing.
I'm excited about
Yes.
this.
I know. So, how excited are you for the medical field in this stage
am
of our life?
Very excited. I mean, I feel like it would be fun if I already was a nurse and going through this whole thing with the pandemic, because it's a different experience. Like, I have a cousin who is an RN.
Okay.
And he judge. And he,
Arkansas.
And so seeing his video and him explaining what people are going through, you have different views. Everyone is taking this different. Some people, they don't care. Others are like we need to get on this right now. And so I feel like it'd be good to be doing it right now.
Okay.
But I'm excited about the future.
That's cool.
I liked his video too because it talked about young people that he was dealing with that contracted COVID, and because as young people. Back in the day,
your day was a little further than mine.
Just not by much, but back in the day, you think you're invincible. You know, it's like there's nothing that's going to. I'm good. You know, so it's how does that affect you guys, and from your point of view on what's going on now? How does that affect you as far as how you interact day to day type things?
Interacting day to day with like school and everything.
Yes.
At the start, right now they're saying it's dying down, but then it's gonna eventually it's gonna eventually pick back up. So we still have people who are out with COVID, and you look in the classroom and you're like, well, dang, we can have a full classroom one day, and we come back the next, and there's maybe 5 or 6 of us, and we're like, well, where'd everybody go? And they're gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks. And so then people fall behind, and it got everyone behind. So we're all, as a whole, just now catching up. And the teachers, they're like, we're trying to teach you our best, but we're not really sure. Like, this is, it's just different. I never thought that I was going to have to sit in the classroom with my mask on all day and not be able to take it down, or it's just, and be separated from everybody. You're not even close to people. I could be sitting right here, and they could be all the way across the room.
Wow.
And you're just like,
that's
hi.
So
see.
So
we were already talking about how kids are missing that social piece, and now it's like, oh yeah, and by the way, now you have to put this mask on and sit 6 feet away, and no high fives, none of, all those things that you usually, none of that.
Nothing.
So think about what, because it's going to be, it's not going away. We're just going to have to learn how to deal. So,
exactly.
So what is the next group and the next generation? What is that going to look like?
Yeah.
Like.
I feel like it's going to be around a lot longer than what they're saying. Like, next year is not going to be enough. I think this is going to be like a reoccurring thing. And so it's just going to, this what we're doing right now, I feel like it's preparing like the next generation for what they're going to have to do. I hope they don't have to wear a mask like 24/7, but they're going to have to take different precaution than what it used to be. Because things are just not going to be the same.
Right, and I believe that. I believe that. There's new normals that we're going to have to learn to, But I guess the thing that bothers me the most is the social aspect.
Yes.
And not only for your age, but the ones even younger coming up in the elementary. As kids, your natural inclination is to hug and high five and run together and slap, touch. So, what do you think that's going to do to, like, when they get your age? How is that?
I just feel like they're going to be like, well, think about all the time when they were younger, because I think back to when I was younger, like, we never...
Which wasn't long ago.
But, like, long ago, but it seems like forever. But when you go outside, you're like, oh, I'm playing with this person, I'm touching this. And, as kids, like, they're dirty. Like, it's just, like,
touching everything.
They're touching everything. They've got their hands in their mouth. And so, being taught not to do that, like, keep your hands from your face, don't do this, it's like a pause in their life.
Wow.
And they're just like,
a pause in their life.
They're like, what happened? And they're always going to remember this. Like, I had to wear a mask on my first day of school, or what was this? Like,
and see, that's the thing I'm talking about with the mental, it's like, what are we setting these kids, not that we're purposely doing this, but what is it setting kids up for? On interaction.
Because right now, I feel like this is setting kids up for failure. Just the kids being at home, just how we're in the classroom setting, and the parents at home teaching, it's like
failing.
They're going down.
Because
I know how I felt like not even finishing my senior year. I was done with school March.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
I'm glad you
Yes. I was done with school in March, and so when I got to college, I was like, oh, Alex, you got to remember something. Like, this has got to. It felt like I was
ever.
That's what we keep calling
I had like a 6 month summer break. I was like, I never had this, so I felt clueless. I mean, I know I wasn't the only one, but I felt like I can't even remember math. Like, what is this? I was looking at stuff, and the teachers were like, they know. They're like, this is your freshman year. We were expecting this out of you, but we know what we're given.
So do you feel cheated?
Yes, I feel very cheated.
That's major.
We talked about that a couple of times about how the high school students like prom and all those important
Yes, I feel very cheated. I didn't get
She's
prom.
like, yes.
I didn't get
prom.
my prom dress, I never sent it back. I still kept it, and I still plan on taking pictures in it.
I know.
There you go.
But cause it was the exciting factor. Like, this is my last year. This is done, and then you March got here, and we're like, okay, 2 weeks out. Now 2 more weeks. Now you guys are just out.
Yeah,
you're done.
done.
Like, you're done. And so going through that phase and having drive-through ceremony and one person, we didn't even all walk across the stage. You literally got up there, it was one by one. Right. And you were like, say cheese and let's move on.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it was.
That's gotta be like messing with your mind.
I mean, well, dang, like we worked so hard all of these years to get this, and we never seen anything like this coming.
What do you hope? I mean, and you can't. It's no one's fault, so you can't like resent the teachers or the school district. But how does that make you feel? But you know what I mean?
I mean, like I always think about it like what it would have been like if we would have finished like normal.
Yeah.
But then what I go forward in the future is knowing that I get to see, hopefully we get to see the next graduation, and my next graduation is normal. But I hope for all next year's class and the class after that they get to have that normalcy and they get to experience what they're supposed to experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that make you? Did you
No, I just.
I know
I
it's
feel like
mine.
cheating for her. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit and wallow a minute. Go ahead.
Well, it's. Do you? When you think on that, and you think what kind of outlets you didn't get to use to express your feelings or your emotions, is there something that you wish would have been in place, such as a counseling or something like that?
Yes, I feel like. I mean, I have family and stuff to talk to and like close friends that I can like vent to. So we always talked about it, and I'm like, okay, we always met up and different things, because different things cross your mind.
Yeah.
And so, but I feel like for other kids, that something in place, a counselor should have been in place, or because you look at a lot of them now, a lot of them didn't go to college. They're not going to college.
Wow.
Like, their mind is just.
They're lost. Yeah.
So I'm like, you needed someone to talk to you right then and there to figure out, like, where am I at? Where am I going? Because after this happened, they were like, well, what's the future going to bring? And I know so many kids who are like, just pause right then and there, still for March.
So let me go here.
Wow.
It almost is like
that was major.
You're gonna have to disconnect this for a second, okay? It's almost like when someone goes to prison. They go to prison and they're stuck. Whatever age it was when they went in. You know what I'm saying? So because you missed those things, that prom, you missed graduation, it's like you never moved, not you, but some people never moved on to that next step, because in their head, well, I never graduated.
Right.
I never did those things that were supposed to be the things.
Yeah.
So you're still in that mentality of, I guess I'll just keep working at whatever I was working and doing whatever I was doing.
And let's go basically we're just like, now I'm like, let's move to the next chapter. Let's see what this is going to bring, and hopefully we get some normalcy. Just
I mean, bless y'all.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's weird because each generation has something that they, but this is like
big.
This,
because I said when 2020 first got here, all of my life I was like, okay, I graduated in 2020, I'm gonna get here, and then I got here and I was like, 2020. Hey, this is
give me a rewind. I need a replay
this
or something.
Is not what it's supposed to be like.
Y'all can rewind. I'm what's going to
something right here. So tell me, we'll try to shift it from that.
Look, I got you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, this is your first time to vote, right?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Okay. So tell me, I want the full picture. Like, have you watched the debate? What did you think?
Well,
what were you thinking before it? And then what are you thinking now?
Well, I already thought what I thought about our president before this, and just him as a person. He is he's an attention seeker. He always wants people. He always wants the eye on him. He wants people he wants to always manipulate people and get you where he has you at. And I want to go away from that. Like, these past 4 years, not being able to vote, when the last 4 years, it just lets you think over time. Like, you see everything the world goes through, and you see how this person is not going to make it, hopefully, another 4 years. But I'm really excited, and the presidential debate helped me get to where I am, because that was a mess. I mean, I got off of work and I watched it, and I couldn't even fathom to like keep watching it. It was a mess. No one was on the same page, talking over each other. I feel like the vice presidential debate was very necessary.
Yeah.
They got a point. It was like everyone's point got across to what was supposed to be said. No one was talking over each other. He did
extend a bit,
and she kept having to remind him, like, I'm speaking. And so did the moderator, like, I'm talking, and your time is up. And so I feel like everybody's point got across. Okay. So it just helped me get to where I am.
Okay. So suffice it to say, you will be voting.
I will definitely be voting.
That's what we want to hear.
Yes.
So tell me about, as a newly implement college student, and the things that get thrown at you as a college student, a new adult per se. Credit cards, all this stuff is coming your way, how are you handling that kind of...
Well, I always have my grandma in my ear.
Yeah.
And
Miss
Mama
Pat.
Yes.
So you getting a full deal.
Yes, so I know, just watching her and stuff, I know going into life, like, most of the things I'm supposed to be doing and what not to do. And I always think back to, well, what would grandma say? Or I always ask her, I'm like, because I know that this is not what she want me to do. Yes. The credit card situation.
Good job.
Yes. The credit card situation, she's like, Alex, I don't want you thinking about those right now because those people just want to get you and just get a hold of you.
Hook you in.
Get a hold of you. And she was like, you're spending just, no. So we'll come
like
to
she
that.
knows you.
Yes. So we'll come to that whenever that comes. I'm in no rush for the credit cards, bills, none of that.
So let me roll with her.
Yes.
I'm just a little removed from where.
I'm gonna let you say all that.
When my parents were raising us, it was more of a don't ever get one. Same story. Mm-hmm. However, what I've noticed now is it should have been, let's get one. Let me teach you how to manage it
and there
build
you
that
go.
Credit, because it takes so long to build credit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And honestly, 18 is the first year? Yeah.
17.
You should get that one card.
That
maybe
Macy's
Mama
card,
Pat should have it.
Back in the day.
Maybe she should have it, yes. But it's one of those things that to build the credit, you're going to have to make a purchase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and
it's just
pay it off.
Yeah, and then pay it off, put it back away. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that no one taught us those things.
Right.
So, but very important because you don't want to be 21 with no credit. Mm-hmm. That will be a problem. That will be a
major problem.
You have to fill out something and be like, so what? And you'd be like, we can't find you. And but so the key is discipline.
Absolutely. But no, I'm not saying you follow Mama Pat.
No,
because I don't want a whooping.
Money
I eventually will get one, but money management is something that I am furthering being taught.
There you go.
And it's going to take a while before I get out there and just mess up.
But you're not going to mess it up.
No, I'm not going to.
You are not.
Yes.
There you go.
And I remember they came in strong.
Throwing them.
And it was funny because
you didn't even know you had signed up for one.
I knew. Look, and at that time I was a single mother, so I was like, I can get this credit card and shop. Okay, kids is gonna be laid. Yes,
she wouldn't think about them kids.
Because that's Famous Bar back in the day, girl.
And the big problem is realizing that you have to pay that back.
Yes,
that's the point they don't tell you.
That's the point they don't tell you.
And the problem, you will have paid for that purse 2 times over before
if you don't.
Because I see so many of my friends who now have credit cards and they're like swipe.
Yeah.
I'm like,
swipe or don't swipe.
You
don't
do it.
Don't do it.
And at now at our age, they only give you. I'm like, what are you swiping? They only give you so much. You get maybe 1,000 or something.
Yeah, it started out with 300 for me. So.
Something is that like you get 1,000 and that adds up fast. So you need to make smart decisions.
Absolutely.
Look, and you tell the people in the
smart
camera
decisions.
Young
make
people,
smart decisions.
Old people too. Smart decisions.
Yes.
But when the bill collectors call, or you can always tell them that, well, when are we anticipating payment? I'll be like, I'm anticipating when I'm gonna pay you too. So we both lost. I don't know what to tell you. Don't follow that example. I'm just saying.
No.
They say we expect
that's what you
payment.
Get on the Colbert connection.
That's what you get, realness. They say I'm expecting payment. We expecting it too.
Help us, Lord.
It ain't necessarily when I get it, you get it. It keep expecting. That's bad advice.
No, it's fine. It's
but
fine.
It's real. It's real.
I just can't.
So, employment.
Yes.
And you are working at one of the finest customer service places in the
and
USA.
how long have you been there, ma'am?
I have been there 4 years.
Longevity.
All through high school.
I love that. You are establishing an excellent work record.
Yes, as soon as I was able to get a job, I was like, even though I have family, I have mom, grandma, I want my own money. I
love it.
All of that.
Oh, yeah.
You are on the ball.
So you waited till you were 16, though?
Yes.
Because I was 15 and a half. And a friend of mine was like, they'll let you work over here. I'm like, going.
Money.
Yeah.
She wants the
Isn't
money.
that sad? You lied to get a job because you weren't old enough. Look, I did. I'm sorry.
You heard that,
y'all
right?
Y'all ain't in business no more.
Yeah. So it don't count.
Yeah.
It don't count. It don't count.
But I was working. I was working.
You was working. That's all that matters.
That was the goal. And so
you wasn't getting paid a check. You was getting paid cash.
No, I was getting a real check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you lied.
We'll talk about
your
that
age.
later. We'll talk about that later. But I'm not saying do that. Do as we say, not as we do. But you're in the past 15 and a half, so you're good.
Yes.
Yes, I'm fine.
But I love it that you've been there that long.
Yeah.
And that looks
great.
really great on a resume.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, Chick-fil-A looks good on a resume.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a good place to work. I advise.
Great.
He is. I advise anyone who's wanting to work with customer service and wants to get treated right, Chick-fil-A's the place.
And to teach you customer service skills.
Yes.
Because
there's a lot that I look back and I'm like, I didn't know 4 years ago.
Yeah. And it's my pleasure.
It is.
It's my pleasure.
It
It
is.
is. So what is something that you would like to let the youth of the world of your age know, or something that you don't feel got addressed that you would like to stress to people?
I just want to say to all the youth that if something like this comes to you, take the opportunity to get your voice out. With all that's going on in the world right now, with the police brutality, the Black Lives Matter, Black women getting killed and not receiving justice, please, I'm asking everybody to vote with me. That's what I'm doing. Please take a stand. Anything you see out there, share it, and make sure your voice is being heard. Because we need Black women. We need Black people. All lives do matter, but all lives won't matter until Black lives matter.
I mean,
mic drop.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, and this is something that young people are seeing. They are experiencing it and living it and seeing it firsthand.
Because Breonna Taylor was what, 23, 24? I'm not too.
She's young.
She's young.
But yeah, so not far from your age. You know what I mean? Like that's what's real. She was an EMT, so she was close. You know what I mean? Like she was studying, wasn't nursing what she wanted to go into.
Yeah.
So I mean, how relatable is that for her? Yes. Like that could be you. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and that's
and
the crazy part.
And I always think about stuff like that. Like
wow.
I talk to my grandma 24/7. I always tell her, like, and my friends, I try to educate them because they don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't get it. I was like, they don't see you like they see me. If I'm driving in my car, everything is placed where it's supposed to be. I know where to grab it so you don't get any none of that. Because I fear for my life. Anytime I go somewhere, I'm like, even though we're in Joplin, police brutality is everywhere. No matter what they say, it can happen anywhere. That's right. So I always am prepared. And I mean, it's sad that you have to always be prepared everywhere you go, but you never know what that person's going to say when they stop you or what you're going to get. Just like Breonna Taylor, she didn't think that when she went to sleep, her and her boyfriend, no matter what they were doing, she didn't think that when she went to sleep, she was going to get woken up in the middle of the night
killed in her own house.
Wow. And that could happen to any of us. That's why I always say, watch the company you keep.
Ooh.
Watch the company you keep. Watch the people you're around. And know who is really real around you. Because anything like this can happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to be a hashtag.
You
So
will not be.
I will not be a hashtag.
It's just that simple.
Yes.
You will not be. And that is so. When you say that, and coming from, like I said, a young person's perspective, it's like that's things they shouldn't even have to be dealing with
At 18.
at 18.
What were you doing at 18? Because I wasn't thinking. I mean, honestly, I
She's
think.
just gonna put me out on
No,
Front Street.
I'll tell my
She
story.
know I
but
had a kid at 18.
Okay, no. But you know what I'm saying? But think about that, though. Were you worried about police
I wasn't worried about
brutality?
dying. No.
Yeah.
Brutality.
At 18, I mean, I think I had just graduated. And
Yeah.
literally, I think the day after I played in the basketball game, they dropped me off at Jeff City for
Yeah.
school. And I was thinking about, hey, what can we do? Hey, I'm by myself. You know what I mean? Like, the
Yeah.
things that you're thinking, like, hey,
Yeah.
got my car, where we going?
Yes.
But hey,
Yeah.
that was what I was on. Not worried
Yeah.
about, am I going to make it home because someone might realize I'm black? You know, because I had just probably realized I was black. The honest truth.
Ain't never lied. Ain't never lied. Ain't never lied.
But it's
the
that's the
blackest she
truth.
been in a
It's
while. Her whole life.
When I got to college is when I realized that's the truth.
Oh,
I'm like,
you get exposed to a whole
Yes.
new world, don't you?
wow, yeah, but I mean,
That's a good thing, though.
But you know what I'm saying though? Like that was for me. College was like you were trying to figure out who you were,
Yeah.
and I could not imagine worried about all of the things.
Yeah.
On top of
it's realness. It's a realness.
yes.
Well, thank you, young lady.
You're welcome.
We are so excited to have had you. And what you said, I'm telling you, it's on point. You very intelligent young lady.
Thank you.
Got a lot going for you, and I can't wait to see what things you continue to accomplish.
Thank you
Being
for
a nurse.
having me.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
Alex.
Coming from a young person.
Hey, well, I knew
All that wisdom.
I already knew.
Well, I know, but
I
I'm just
already
saying,
knew.
it's beautiful to get that out there from
Absolutely.
a young person's point of view.
Because not everybody that's watching today probably had a chance to speak with somebody.
True that.
Just graduated college, first time ago, all those things, all
True
the
that.
things. And to me, very enlightening. I don't know.
I'm just proud because as a black woman, and then to see a young black lady come up with that outlook and that insight I'm like over the moon. I'm like, yes.
Just over the moon.
That's what we need, though. We need leaders that are coming up in the ranks.
And not afraid to speak her
Not
mind or her-
afraid to
I knew
speak.
that, though.
Yeah.
I already knew that because
Yeah,
I
she
know
ain't
Mama
never been.
Pat.
Yes.
I was like, y'all ain't gonna get me no whooping now.
Miss Pat ain't playing. She's not playing. She done had to whip us all. I remember many a days getting thumped on the head when we were younger, walking to school or whatever. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yes. But that's when it was the village.
And that's, you can't do that anymore, though.
The people will call the police on you. Touch my child? My child is, they never do no wrong. Okay. All right.
Anywho.
Yes. So coming up next week.
Yes, my friend.
Oh.
No, she ain't your friend. She's my
I
friend.
guess not.
My friend,
See how we
Angela
get done?
Harris.
I
will
can't
be with us.
understand.
Ma'am, I'm speaking.
I don't even care. I would be like this. I don't care what you say.
I gotta get my syrup. I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Don't really care.
My friend Angela Harris will be with us next week. And she is a jack of many trades. We see her on a regular basis.
On the regular.
She is, I don't know what the politically correct, a massage therapist, registered, I don't know, certified.
She's an alchemist.
Well, no, but her other job.
It's all in the umbrella.
What is alchemist?
A creator of things.
Of the things?
Yeah, of the things.
The things.
Yes, and
Okay.
she really is. She tailors stuff to you.
Well,
Your massage.
my massages on a bi-weekly basis are amazing.
I
have to go.
I feel like a noodle when I come out of there.
I know. She's like, for male, we have to go like this. For Janika, we're like,
I don't. Nah. I was stressed that hard because I'm like, hey,
yeah,
hey,
Mel's like,
hey,
woo! And I'm
good.
like,
no.
So, but I always feel great when I leave there,
Yes.
and I always buy some of her goodies. She makes
Me too.
all natural
Yes.
things. So,
all natural scents and
and
soaps,
lotions and butters
lotions and
and
butters. She's coming out with a
and
baby.
the
We're gonna.
mosquito.
We can't even tell. Next week.
But the mosquitoes.
Next week. Mosquitoes supposed to be gone.
Well, I'm
right
putting it
now.
on anyway because they like me.
Anyway. But yeah, so we'll be excited to have her. Now I may or may not be here.
may not be here.
Well, the Ewart Park pool study is next Tuesday also.
What are we studying?
We need to,
What was going
because
on
they're
here?
talking about closing the pool,
But it didn't.
historical
most of them didn't
pool.
open this year. Are they going to open them next year?
closing it completely, and taking the pool out.
But they just
Is
put
what
all
the
that
study-
money into it.
They ain't put money into Ewart in 12, 13, 14
Is that
years.
when they put all the?
Yeah. It's the other pools that's been
I see.
vamped. And so, in case I don't get to make it to that meeting, let me just say that now.
Well, maybe
that
we'll just move the show because we can do that.
we can do that.
So-
And we can broadcast live from McKinley where that show is where that study is going to be. Good job. Good job. Because I was like, I don't know, I got to go to that one because I haven't been able to make it. But anyway, what else we need to talk about? It's time to go, probably. It's been our time. We thank you for joining us. And what we got going? Why you keep doing that?
I'm speaking. I had to.
I'm gonna be
I-
like,
you don't know
I'm
how
gonna
long
be
I
like,
did
Biden.
that.
Will you just shut up, man?
It was the look.
It's like, she's like,
I'm speaking.
y'all, yeah, we punch drunk now. It's yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.